Hello. Welcome back to another stream. I hope you're having a thunderous Thursday. We are about to get into some Ace Attorney investigations. That's gonna be a blast. Hope you're having a thunderous Thursday. Good to see you, Kev. In a month and 2 days, Ace Attorney 6 will turn 10 years. Been that long since a new mainline game. Damn. That's wild. It's almost a shame it's not like 2 months out. I feel like a month is calling it close if we're gonna make it through the other 2 games before that one, but it'd be cool to be able to play that on the anniversary. But damn, that's wild. Damn, I didn't realize it's been that long. I know it'd been a while, but 10 years is a long time. Let's get this game rocking and rolling. Don't think you can. Yeah, Investigations 2 and Ace Attorney 5 going to take you a bit. Yeah, exactly. Plus, we're going to be playing that, I can't remember the name, but that game in between. So we got like 3 games to get through before then, and I don't think we're going to blast through that in a month. Hi-Fi Rush. Yes, that's the one. Exactly. So, all good. It's funny how we've coincided a lot of significant dates for the series, though. At various points, we've either done things on the actual date they happen in game, or we've done them very close to it, which has been really funny because I had no idea that when I started playing it, I was kind of setting myself up for things to line up like that. I think if I did know, I may have made more of an effort to stay on that pace. Because it would have been really trippy to like go through it and play all these cases when they happen and shit like that. 2026 is the year for Ace Attorney because of the past 7 years, not much happens. Think of it as a time skip after Ace Attorney 3. Oh, interesting. So when there's dates in an Ace Attorney, then we can consider, like in the future games, we can consider it the current date. That's trippy. That'll be fun. We'll have to pay attention to the dates when it lines up. That's awesome. It was destiny, clearly. I was meant to play these games this year. Ace Attorney 5 takes place in 2027, for example. Trippy. It's always so funny when they like set dates far in the future, because it's like, well, no one will really know what it's like, but it's not going to be so different people can't recognize it, and so they'd use it to give it a bit of like setting neutrality. And then, eventually the times progress and you catch up to that date. And now we'll see how 2026, 2027 compares to the real deal. March 14th, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis lobby. Ace Attorney 1 coming out in 2001. It takes place 2016. Okay, man. Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like, 10, 20 years away, it feels distant enough that no one's really going to call your bluff on any shit. But, like, it's also far enough that, like, if you throw some weird stuff in there, people are like, oh, yeah, it's the future, whatever. Agent Lang. Long G says, little cubs never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with the Babyliss ink, they were all of Zhang Fa denominations. Yes, so I've heard from Ms. Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. Play money. That's a funny thing to call counterfeits. They must not have figured out that it was all burned yet. I delivered that line like a fucking AI. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhang Fa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I remember as a kid, I bought those chocolate fake money and tried to buy something with it. That's awesome. I remember the first time I got those, I was a little disappointed it was chocolate. I was like, I got gold doubloons. But then I tasted the chocolate and I was like, you know what? This is its own kind of treasure. I used to get, the thing that I was always geeked on when I got for like Christmas in my stocking, I would get those gold coins, but then I would always get this giant candy cane that was just a huge stick of bubble gum. And I love bubblegum. Bubblegum is probably my favorite candy, just straight up. So that was big hype. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhang Fa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. That was very mature of him. Okay, Lang, I see you. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Curse this, you fool. Curse your empty brain. You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Lang always been the GOAT. I've been saying this since the start. Yeah, for sure. He has his moments where he's a bit thick-headed, but he owns his shit for the most part, and he actually gives a fuck. The thing I ask of all people is simply that you give a fuck. You know, I don't expect competence from everyone, but just care. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment if you will. You Wolfman and secretary lady. Hold it. Objection, pal. Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Damask 2's note. Data updated in my organizer. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. How long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shina, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Kochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her about something she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babel investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well. I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Hilarious. Huh, I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out to the very end. It would appear that way. I love their synchronized moves. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. Closer, but not quite. Fuck. There we go. Trying to get the when I was printing yesterday, it was kind of scraping after a while, which means it was pushing out just a little too much plastic with each layer. So I tried to adjust it, and I made a whole mess, but I'm getting close now. So I've been just making incremental adjustments and then testing before I print the next layer. Because I don't think it'll show up on camera, but like this looks solid, but when you see it through the light, there's actually a bunch of gaps and holes, so it's not quite as strong as it needs to be. So trying to dial that in. Anyway. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Unrelated, but I think the word Babel might be a reference to Library of Babel. You ever heard of it? A very interesting rabbit hole if you have. I've heard, and this might actually be the same story but a different name. I've heard of the Tower of Babel, which is a story from the Bible where they were trying to like build this tower up to heaven, and as like divine punishment for the people's what's the word? I guess pridefulness, thinking that they could build their way up to God and be on his level. He like smited them with different languages, which is why people don't speak the same language according to Christianity, at least. I'm not sure if that's what you're referring to or if there's another Babel, which I would be very interested to hear about. But that was that's what that made me think of personally. Doo-doo-doo. Different Babel. Oh, cool. I love that. Cool. I'm glad I get to learn something new. Different Babel, but this one I'm talking about is a book, but also an actual library that exists you can visit. Ooh. The premise of the story is that there exists a library of infinite size, filled with an infinite amount of books. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. That must have been the inspiration for the episode of Avatar when they're in the desert and they find that library with the owl spirit. I don't know if you ever watched Avatar actually. But that's really cool. The site of the Library of Babel can apparently predict the future. I don't remember how they do, but it's a big rabbit hole. That's interesting. Maybe we'll have to get into that one day and look into it because that's really interesting. I never heard about that at all. I love that sort of like oddity and curiosity sort of thing. I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw? That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. I heard it from Vsauce. Hey, I love Vsauce. All right, we'll definitely have to dive down that rabbit hole. I haven't really kept up with like Vsauce's newer content. The short form just doesn't quite hit for me with educational, like edutainment content personally. But man, I love Vsauce. Like the old Vsauce videos, fucking peak. Like genuinely peak YouTube in my opinion. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second, but first, I want to review what Kay's mystery person did. Kay, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did. Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near an open-air stage on the Babelese side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I'll send you the video on Discord so you can watch it later. It's an old video too, 10 years ago. Let's go! Honestly, I don't know how I haven't seen that one already. I used to watch Vsauce religiously. I love Vsauce. I'm definitely gonna watch that later. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babelese embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black and I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean by, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run right into this person. I mean, Kay, right? Right? Am I overthinking this? Or would it have been Shina? Shina, right?
Take that!
Yeah. Your answer is Shina? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. Right, because she came in right after. That checks out. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body. One sec, I want to see where that gold filament I ordered is. Oh, cool. Got the link. That's the wrong app. I'm geeked. I'm trying to like this is so it's not just like gold colored, it's like shiny. It's supposed to look metallic. So I'm trying to think of like cool things to make with it. Cause yeah, obviously that would be fire. Let's see. Hell yeah, that would be good for the bracelet. Exactly. I got it for that, but I'm like, I got it, so I might as well use it for some other stuff, you know? It hasn't shipped yet. It should get here soon-ish, though. Anyway, let me check this real quick. So close. Okay, needs a slight bump more, but we are almost there. So let's see. Let's make it 97%. Okay. All right. All right, back to the game. Appreciate your patience. Oh yeah, we saw that.
The Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Shina, who was in the next room over. Agent Shina, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see, therefore the Yatagarasu could not have...
It just means that the creep slipped out before Shina made it out into the hallway.
I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Cochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shina, sir.
So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken.
I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out.
Precisely.
He's sharp. He's sharp. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Babyliss side is known to only 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics?
And nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Huh. Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape?
I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible.
Now, I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly.
Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be of the Yatagarasu's escape route.
I suppose not. All right, then, explain yourself.
The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after.
You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence.
Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in this photo.
Okay, so the person Kay saw is not the one in the photo. How do we prove that? After the first fire on the... Yeah, so that would still track. What could it be? Oh, wait, the spotlight is on. Does that help at all? I'm gonna try it, because if I'm remembering the timeline correctly, if this happened while the spotlight on the stage was on, I don't think that that could be the Yatagarasu Kay saw.
Take that!
Because I think that spotlight incident happened before.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu headed to the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire.
Okay, I think I was being too specific, but yes, I was on the right track. No!
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you've bit him in the butt now.
Eating that cake, huh? We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you?
Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
Ha! As I thought.
However, the Yatagarasu's escape route, now that I can answer.
You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Babyliss side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if I led on that side, Agent Shina? That side. Agent Shina explained in my stead.
Shina is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's all right. I can take care of him.
Shina!
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
All right. If you're okay with it, then you have my support.
Finally, it's just down to Agent Shina and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babyliss embassy?
Prepare for some insane bullshitting. Here it comes.
During the first Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babel.
Boo. Bum, ba-da.
While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw a suspicious person run into Mr. Kochin's office. Like I said earlier, no intention of retracting my testimony. Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room all by herself? How pathetic.
And it wasn't when Agent Shina tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale?
Eat shit.
And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner?
Not that it's unexpected from that useless lump to get into such a situation. Also, I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second.
And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena.
Then let's put that to the test and see if she is really worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
What if Sheena is actually Ms. Yu?
First Babyliss fire, I assisted in putting out the fire.
So you helped with the fire extinguishing effort.
I was in charge of the police on the Babyliss side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people.
She sure does. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary.
She kind of seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she?
At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective.
Yeah, I think honestly, the fact that she's so capable is what makes it so fucking annoying when she's just bullshitting. Because it's like, I know you fucking know you're lying. Oh, I kind of had a feeling you were going to say that. Sheena is more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell him what other things you're good at.
Alright. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babel.
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the 3rd floor of Babel, correct?
Yes. That was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babel. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There's no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team's investigation?
In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the 3rd floor via the windows. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors.
Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the 3rd floor.
Sick. Codes. Okay, let's do this.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes. While I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over.
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office?
I already told you I was earlier, as I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office.
Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall.
Yes, I did.
But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had already cleared that up.
And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective would be so kind as to be quiet.
I have to agree. Right now is not the time to take issue with that.
Oh, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
But what I do take issue with is the fact that you didn't see the Yatagarasu agent, Shina.
The prosecutors of this country are all so strange. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu.
Interesting. The trap has been laid.
Hold it!
And you were unable to catch a glimpse, despite being in the next room. Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Shina's testimony a lie?
Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Shina right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments.
I feel kind of bad for him.
I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Lang, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists.
Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again?
Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? And she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu despite being just an average citizen.
Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu. And I suppose you have proof of that somewhere? Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough. I see.
Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh? Then why don't you show her using what we found out with Little Thief?
I will in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead right to Agent Shina, then what is it that she is keeping from us right now?
All right, let's wreck this hoe. get... Oh, wait. Fuck, I didn't want to press yet. I wanted to present. Boom, 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 boom. All right, here we go. Present. Present. Okay. Oh, wait. How do we... Where is the proof of the secret passage? Damn. Wait, what? What am I supposed to use? Oh, here we go. Here we go. I was like, what the fuck? Time to squirm, sucker.
Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony.
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all.
Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alabastian office fireplace?
Huh? Oh, you mean how it connects the office with the room next door? What about it?
Oh, well, Alabast isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces.
What? Hell yeah.
The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret.
What?
The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief would have run straight into Agent Shina. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu.
What is the meaning of this, Miles?
Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shina, how you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I? Your claim was that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat, pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to emerge as Agent Shina. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace.
How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? Shina. The face.
That laugh.
It is! I fucking called that shit! Bro!
I remember this irritating laugh.
I'm getting chills down my spine. Yo, I fucking called that!
It can't be. But it has to be.
Shina, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but laugh.
Funny, you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country are really also very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace? Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape routes.
The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I mean, you're definitely foolish. Thinking you could beat us, thinking you could frame K, you can learn.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either as I answer your questions.
My question?
Here is the proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Babel was used recently.
We do have proof. I gotta find it though. Sign of the revolving fireplace, Babel's. There are signs that they're okay. Right. Is this the right piece of evidence? Because I know it shows that it was used and then revolved. Is there something that makes that argument better though? Don't think so. Maybe this? But this also mentions that it was used, so I'm gonna go with this, and if that fails, I think this will be the right one.
Take that!
One sec. Yes. That's looking. Speaking of. Okay, so let's boost it up a smidge. Da, 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 da. 1, 2. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let's get back to this.
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes.
Okay, good. It was either or.
According to Ambassador Polano's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cochin.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up?
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Polano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall, the ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Cochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny?
Ashes proof? Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-arguments.
My counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter if we're at a crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here and now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
Shina's rebuttal.
In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. You can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. Except we found shit exactly where you wouldn't let us look. How funny. How funny. How funny. And there you have it. My counter-argument.
That's very impressive. She has seen through to the fact that I've yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kay? I haven't had a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Kay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right, I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Shina, please, show me you're someone I can trust.
Yeah, that's the thing, there's no winning for her at this point, because even Lang is like, what the fuck, girl, just be less shady right now, what the hell? She's gone full mask off, there's no recovering for her, there's only maybe not going to jail. Don't worry, this will be the deciding match, you'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Shina, shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Shina's rebuttal.
In my eyes, all you've proved is the rotating fireplace wall was used.
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough.
But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough even for you, pal.
It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not at all that learned.
Ouch! Talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal.
Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one.
But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you?
So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right. Well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection!
Kay, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence.
Yes, it's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
Sorry, but I had forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Poleno and Mr. Cochin.
Curses. I should have known better than to think the Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that we still have yet to find.
I take it you have no further objections?
Hold it!
So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babylonis embassy?
Yes. The investigators who weren't allowed into Alabast are incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu. And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you was the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash in the fireplace of that room, and for that I am sorry.
You don't need to apologize, Shina. As your boss, your mistakes are my mistakes. So allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all.
He apologizes for his subordinates and everything. What a great boss.
Are you saying that I don't do anything for my own subordinates?
No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir. Even if you are a bit too strict sometimes.
And that is only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
Am I really too strict on everyone?
Edgeworth realizing he might be too much of a hard ass. So funny. Anyway, Shina, you didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right?
That's right. We finished our investigation, and we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Cochin's office. So, do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we gonna do?
And there's no need to worry. Because there's a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit first. The one in charge of the Babylonis investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Shina in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there's one thing I do know, it's that someone tried to hide it from us.
Okay, so what? Okay. Let's see. Oh shit, here's the ads. I missed that, my bad. Do we present this, which is a piece of evidence they may have missed? Let's try it. Nope. Let's see. Okay, let's think about this. So maybe I used the wrong statement. Let's try this. Aha! Yes. Yeah. Oh, wait. There's still a teeny tiny hole there. Hmm. I'm gonna bump it up just a smidge more. Smidge more. See how that does. So close. Maybe, didn't tear on me. Add a little bit more. Let me just add a little bit more. All right, let's try that. Save. Hopefully this is it. Okay.
While you say that you and your agents have finished your thorough investigation, are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Oh wait, I gotta put the slicer down. There we go.
Well, aren't we full of ourselves, standing there insulting Interpol agents?
You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor.
I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
What exactly is this supposed to mean?
A length of wire. So what about it?
I'll tell you what, we found this in the Babylonis embassy not long ago.
What?
And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing.
There's more?
In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What's in the... That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right? So what if it was? That's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see? So there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence anyway.
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubt on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu.
You still suspect me, I see. All right then, I ask you to point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Shina. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third floor was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shina was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect.
The other room, right? Who's this on Discord? Oh, that don't matter. Okay. This feels like it's getting real close to the end. If that's the case, maybe we'll watch that Vsauce video.
Your team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location.
Okay, this is where K was. So it's this room.
Take that!
The location, Agent Shina, is of course the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. Get him. Get him, Gumshoe.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth? Do you really think that Miss Shina is the Yatagarasu?
Yes.
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he will find, then I should be able to.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment? As if that detective has brains for the high science.
It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his coat was covered in ash and Babyliss ink.
Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway.
Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it's actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove.
Indeed.
Mr. Edgeworth, I found some things you really need to see, sir.
Let's go.
Oh, so what are these things that you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? Hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? And maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shina, were these pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it?
Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room.
Interesting. Thank you for confessing that. We will definitely use that to wreck your shit.
Ah,
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
No.
And these items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
I wish to examine them for the sake of investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this.
I say, let them look at your stuff, Shina.
Lang?
Shina, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. Alright, go ahead, examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let us begin. So which of Agent Shina's belongings... Oh,
So which of Agent Shina's belongings are you going to examine, sir?
The coat, obviously.
let's examine the coat.
Yes, sir.
You're fucked.
It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly. Agent Shina? The Yatagarasu that Keith saw was wearing a coat. And I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the brim of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace.
Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace...
Which I can.
Well, how?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Huh? Me, sir? What did I do?
This coat. This is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the coat that the person Case saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh? And you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat.
Babbly's ink?
Yes. This is what will prove that the coat went through that fireplace. According to the Ambassador Poleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point of mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this coat turns out to be Babbly's ink, it would prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Babbly's ink on the coat, Hem?
Oh, but I do, and I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I will prove that the dark substance on the coat is Babbly's ink.
I love this. We're basically tormenting her and convicting her all at once. Also, amazing villain. Amazing villain. I can't fucking stand her, so amazing villain.
We can find out whether that is Babbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire.
That's how you're gonna prove it? That it's Babbly's ink?
Yes, if you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is.
Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm gonna have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
And now then, if someone could loan me a lighter or something...
Oh, I've got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Then if I could please have one, Kay, we can get this experiment underway.
Yes, sir.
The flame.
It's the same color as the flame's white crystal oil produces, which means...
Babbly's ink is a product of Wick crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame.
Yes, it does. So, I'm thinking squish. I'm thinking squish.
All right. And when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Sheena, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto you.
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. You're not serious, are you?
Do I look like the joking type to you?
Callisto, you? I've never heard that name before in my life. It's that manner of speaking. It's that attitude. You haven't changed a bit in 7 years.
You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it.
Oh, really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, then I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies by the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived and it will reveal your true, ugly form to the world.
Enough poetry. I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove that she is Callisto you?
I do. It's something that the second Yatagarasu has preserved for us these last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We'll prove her to be Callisto you with this and clip the Yatagarasu's wings for good.
It has to be this, right?
This perfume. This will prove you to be Callisto you.
It will?
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely you remember this bottle. This belonged to Ms. Yu just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well.
This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I have preserved ever since. I heard from my father, Byrne Faraday, that if stored under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades. Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We can clear everything up if we were to compare the prints on this to your own. Now come, Agent Shina, will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto, you!
So you've shown your true face at last. And this feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Shina, you're...
Ling, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So, you were a spy all along. A mole sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after. Someone who's been feeding them intel on Interpol all this time.
Very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto, you? The woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? That fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto you. That's just one of my many, many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu.
Callisto, you. This time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you.
I saw this coming a mile away, low-key, but I find it funny that Yu is both the best and worst character here. Yeah, for sure. As in terms of character writing, amazing character. In terms of how much I like her, I fucking hate her. But yeah, definitely great writing. I didn't suspect her until today, honestly. Well, I suspected Shina pretty much immediately, because she was being insanely shady. But it wasn't until earlier today that I connected the dots that she was Callisto. But that's good.
Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadget, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Kay, don't.
I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father. You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such a laughable honesty.
Oh, shit.
Kay!
Hey, you let Kay go right now, pal.
You despicable! Let go of me, you filthy! You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible! My father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. Do you know why that is?
Why it has 3 legs?
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
No, it can't be.
Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is...
Neither of them? Is it bad?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Byrne Faraday nor Callisto Yu.
Is it all 3 of them?
But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu.
How very perceptive of you. No way!
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth? No! I refuse to believe this!
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of a client corporations. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal.
And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever. Let's go! Baddie Daddy to the rescue.
Detective Bad.
It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away.
You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu?
You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years. But I finally got you.
Why, Mr. Bad, long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why did you kill my father 7 years ago? Why, indeed. It was nothing personal, really. He was just another person I had to kill. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss.
Stop.
You!
Kay!
It's over, Shina. Oh, shit!
Your leg!
Agent Lang!
You idiot. What were you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for? I'm sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she's my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
That's fine with me. You should know by now that this is just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes?
I want you to conduct a full-body search. Shina might have another weapon on her.
All right. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please.
Sir! Hey, I found something. Let's go! What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle.
This is a great find, Detective.
Yeah, Gumshoe is in peak form right now.
Huh? It is, sir.
Let's try pairing this blade with this handle. I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that was on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly.
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched.
I'm gonna return this Babyliss knife now.
All right, I trust that you'll make sure it's returned to the Ambassador Polano.
There we go. Not a hole in sight. Oh, it's still kind of fragile. Well, it's only one layer. I guess it's not supposed to. Okay, let's drop it one more. Got it. Oops. Dun, dun, dun. All right.
All right, I trust that you'll make sure that this is returned to Ambassador Polano.
Okay. Excuse me.
I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto U. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Alabastian knife. Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Babyliss knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up?
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it.
Problems? In what respect?
What do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me? It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away that you were Byrne Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me. Yes, I knew you would show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another? Yes. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were gonna take Little Thief away from me? 7 years ago, it was thanks to that device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday?
You. That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it?
In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
Then why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Kochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings.
Are you done asking what you need to know? Because if so, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Shina?
I guess I should tell you then that I was the one who set the Babyliss embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all the evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was the smuggling ring. That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do. But then, why start 2 fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait, I mean, Miss Shina. Yes. When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, that I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth. About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor,
Yes, Agent Lang?
mark my words, I'm not done here, and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything, because this has become my personal case. I may have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be.
His anger appears to have negated the sensation of pain in his injured leg.
Oh, I was like, why are you going so slow? Bro's hobbling because of his leg. That's so funny.
It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like I've peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark and incredibly lonely. The person who was giving her all these commands, the one who thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jammin' Ninja show. And until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. And there's a bit of soil stuck on the end of these.
Oh, I guess it's that time already, huh?
So it's midnight is the dawn of another day.
Hey, Pop, thanks a bunch. You really done a lot for everyone all these years.
Detective Bad, don't tell me today is the day.
Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire. We almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything.
But that's just it. We haven't solved everything yet. The ringleader of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu, we're chasing after.
The legend of that Yatagarasu is over now. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Were you also part of the Yatagarasu?
As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you.
Uncle Bad.
Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right?
Unfortunately, it isn't.
Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth?
A Detective Bad. Oh, wait, no. You're no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu.
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
Mr. Edgeworth, here. I should give these back to you. These are the pages from my KG-8 case file that the Yatagarasu stole from my office.
Huh? Wait, what?
Mr. Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
So that was him.
So the Yatagarasu who stole into my room was you, was it?
Wait, then that means... What? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir.
It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. The KG-8 incident, it was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as the lead detective. Faraday had evidence in his possession that would prove the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found guilty. You was the elder sister of the victim in that case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu, and vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano Group. Mr. Amano's conglomerate. We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. And then it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart. And Faraday, he died for it.
But why? Wasn't the sister of the victim in the KG-8 incident?
After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony. The victim of the KG-8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister. Oh my fucking god. What? And then that means Shina wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto Yu was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the beginning.
Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto the last page of the case file, please use it wisely. A trump card? That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago. It's the mark of the Yatagarasu. But why? This is a directives card from the big boss. Take a look at the back. This was something Kochin had on him at the time of the KG-8 incident 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU. But why is the card adorned with the mark of the Yatagarasu? The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu? was because of the three-legged raven mark the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze. Oh. So you mean these cards written in Babyliss ink? The fact that the card ink that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police. So that's what the white cards are. The great thief that used the mark that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind.
Interesting.
And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you.
What is this, sir?
This is what I was talking about earlier. During the KG-8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence. But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it? The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
This video.
Well, don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
And this is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me. Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in this ring's web. Amano was preparing to take on the boss someday, and the video was his insurance.
Hey, appreciate it, Fail Robot. Good looking out. Stay hydrated, folks.
That's where the prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office.
How's the print going? I'm trying to get my layer just right. It's a little brittle, but it looks good. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what's up, because I haven't actually started my panels today. But if I get it figured out soon, I should still have time to get the last two for this side printed, which will be nice. That's hilarious. Let's see. Nice. Yeah. Okay, let me try adjusting my fan. Maybe that's the issue. And save. Because that layer height feels correct. So, can I adjust my cooling? Let's see. Only overhangs. Good. Extruder. Dun 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 dun. Hmm. Okay, let's try this. Maybe it's just a wee bit too hot. Let's bump it down to 245 and see if that fixes it. Alright. What the hell? Oh, right. It's the printer, or not the printer, it's the filament setting. Okay, so let's do 45. Save. Slice. Print. Load and print. Okay. Let's see how that goes. Back to the game. Sorry about that. I had to do some thanking. Da-da, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo.
You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence?
And then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card.
Okay, I think I'm overcooking it because it's like that little strip did not come off. It just like shattered in little pieces. It was a pain in the ass to get off. So I think I was just overcooking maybe. I dropped it 5 Celsius. We'll see how this one prints. And then hopefully it'll be perfect. Anyway.
But rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman.
The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them.
The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me, and the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is... Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law. Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of? A Detective Bad. There is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them. You still insist that, even now? You really are something else. Excuse me. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Ops! Don't ever lose your detective spirit.
Pops, why is this happening? This isn't justice.
Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go.
Yes, sir.
No, poor Kay. She looks so sad.
Is this really the end of a legend?
Damn. Such a gloomy mood to transition right into. All right, I think I'm gonna call it here for doing a second today or nah. Nah, I don't think so. But maybe we'll do 2 tomorrow, and then I think there's only 1 left after that. So maybe we'll do a Saturday stream so we can start the new game on Monday. But I'm definitely starting to recover. I'm not like totally wiped out at this point. So whatever had me so fucking tired this week, I think I am recovering and feeling better. So yeah, I think I feel good saying we can do 2 sections tomorrow. I feel pretty confident in that. And then yeah, we'll wrap it up Saturday and we'll start the new game on Monday. But yeah, feeling on the case so far. This is great. And I always like these 2-part cases. They're fun because you get the big reveal of like, oh, we got the baddie. And then you're like, wait a sec. We ain't solved shit. So that's going to be fun. Cause like the whole Damask 2 murder plus she's claiming that Shina's claiming she didn't kill Manny. So we got a lot to figure out. There's still quite a big mystery ahead of us. But I enjoyed the first part of it a lot, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Also, Lada has not like been in this nearly as much as I expected. She basically had a small cameo at the beginning, and that was it. But that's all good. Glad to hear it. Yeah. But anyway, I appreciate y'all as always, and I will see you tomorrow for some more investigations. Yeah, Lada ain't relevant here. Yeah, for sure. But this has been a lot of fun, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday Eve. I will see y'all tomorrow, and until next time. Shit, my music's not cute. Until next time, peace.
Over everything that I say, I'm sick of feeling Each word is my final somehow. Right now fighting for hope is like all I have left. But somehow I feel free, I don't care about the rest. I feel the peace and contentment inside. As I open my heart, I got nothing to hide. Wouldn't trade anyone here by my side for a ransom of riches, my fortune is pride.